Hi and welcome to my channel, and today I am making a sticker of my OC Alice, which you guys have seen before. And I think the last time, a long time ago when I drew my OCs before I went back to the Homestuck trash, I said that next I was doing Tubby Custard Man, and I didn't do that. But it's okay, and let me tell you why. Because today I have a really big announcement to make. So, like a lot of you guys that are subscribed to my channel know, I have been working on a webcomic, I guess roughly since last fall, and it's called The Great Zazzil, and it features my girl here, Alice, who is a spell user, magic user, and she finds out that she is engaged on her 16th birthday to her family's magic patron and the source of her family's magic powers. And it is a story of how she reacts and deals with that, and he teaches her magic, they learn from each other, and it's just supposed to be kind of nice and sweet and cute. And now time for the big announcement. Drum roll! You can check this comic out on Webtoon starting October 31st, 2020 is when I will start releasing updates. The first update is going to have 3 chapters in it, and from then on I will only be posting 1 chapter a month on the last day of each month. And that just gives me time to sort of work on it and have a good backlog of pages. That way I feel that at least whenever I do update, you guys are getting a certain amount. I would like to be able to do more, but you know, my husband knows the type of person I am, and the longer I sit with these pages, the less likely they are to see the light of day. And yeah, I have a lot to actually say about the comic making process, which is something that we will talk about in next week's video. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys this really cool illustration I did for my comic and let you know that it is a sticker that's available on Redbubble. I will link that in the description. But yeah, October 31st on Webtoon, The Great Zazzil is there for you. I haven't decided what time I will post the updates, but when I do decide what time that will be, which will be hopefully a consistent time every time I update, I will let you guys know. But for now, mark your calendars. October 31st, 2020, The Great Zazzil, my girl Alice, Tubby Custard Man. Be there. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this illustration now that we've got the big news out of the way. It was pointed out to me recently that where my canvas was white, it didn't really look like I had a sketch underneath. So I made the effort to change the canvas color so that you could see the sketch, and hopefully that reads a little bit better for you guys. Please don't think that I just draw freehand and get it right the first time. I don't think anybody does that. If you do, you're a champion. But I am certainly not that. And if you've ever been to any of the Twitch streams where I start with a blank canvas, I erase and restart and restart and hate it and cry a little bit. But yeah. So I had the idea in mind for this when I started trying to decide how I was going to render the comic in terms of color, and I thought, well, I think it would be really nice, since this style is looking really clean anymore, to actually go in and do a nice illustration for it and do it in that style, and I think it would make a nice sticker. I didn't want to do like shirts or anything like that with this, just because it is sort of simple, and if I was gonna do like a t-shirt design, I'd want to do something like really big and extravagant and awesome and graphic t-shirt type of deal. Not graphic as in sexually explicit content or violence, but you know, graphic tees, good tees, yeah. Okay, So a little bit about my coloring process, which is something similar that I'm doing for the comic. I decided to shift from a more rendered shading and highlighting style because I'm one person. I'm one human being. I'm one cherry. And I wanted to simplify it down a lot more because I'm ambitious and I learned a very hard lesson about managing my workload. So I shifted, instead of like actual shading and highlighting, I went towards more gradients and softer colors, but like a sharper outline, so that it was appealing to look at and it would fit a comic format, and it doesn't take me nearly as long to actually finish. So yeah, I thought we would do that. I like adding the pinks onto the cheeks and the fingertips and elbows and knees. So that's something that I sort of got more comfortable with, I guess, because I just had been playing around with it. I didn't really like it, but then I just kind of sucked it up and did it anyway. Just put on like an airbrush and then blurred it down until I thought that it was transparent enough that it wasn't. It didn't look like they went running 6 miles in summer weather, the peak of summer at noon in all black. Yeah. I think one of my favorite things about this style that I chose, and I think you can tell from the last video that I did with Alice, that it's vastly different from how she looks before. At least it does, in my opinion. I guess maybe I can tell more of what I changed. But I liked the changing of the line art color. When I first started drawing Alice, I had done everything in red line art, and that works, I guess, for her specific color palette, and even Zazzil's specific color palette, because, I mean, he's not on YouTube, but he is on my Instagram, and he's all pink. So to have him be in red line art, that makes sense too, but not every character fits that color scheme, and certainly not Alice will fit that all the time. Part of her magic power is part of the way she uses her magic is she is very vain. Clearly I didn't just draw a pink anime hair girl to draw a pink anime hair girl. That is magic. That's not her natural hair color, of course, and I do address that in the comic, and you won't always see her in this outfit with this hairstyle or this hair color. So, but I think this is sort of the most iconic look that I gave her, and I'm pretty cozy with it, so I think this will probably be one I come back to, and hopefully like I can reference really impactful scenes in my webcomic coming out on October 31st, 2020 that you should be excited for, and we can reference those on some other merch in the future, and we can all be excited together, because yeah, I don't know what happens after you post comic in the wild, but we're gonna find out. I'm really excited and nervous, and I gotta say, it's a really big weight off my chest, finally being able to let you guys know what the deal is, because I feel like I've been really secretive about it for a long time, and now I have something tangible to give you. So I hope you guys like reading my webtoon as much as I enjoyed drawing it and creating it and crying over it and all that fun stuff. And yeah. Anyway, I guess this is about done. Don't really know what else to say about it. Typically, for an illustration like this, I would put a white border around the edges, but haven't. again, I think I mentioned this before in the last video, that I just do things that I know how to do, and I don't look things up when I'm in the middle of something because it's annoying. It's really probably something I should fix, but I don't know if there's a way that I can add a selection border. Like if I can select around it and then add a border to it on Metabang. I knew how to do that when I used Clip Studio on my PC. But I also know that when you post something on Redbubble and you tell them that you want it to be a sticker, they give it a white border anyway. So I said YOLO, and I exported it as transparent, and I went on my happy cherry way. But yeah, thank you for hanging around this channel, and for those of you who have expressed interest and excitement for the great Zazzil, thank you for that. It's very encouraging to know that there's a reason that I have inked this comic with my blood for. Yeah, it's rad. And other sappy things, I don't emote, I make the art, I'm sorry. But appreciation and gratitude and naked tubby custard men, buff naked tubby custard men galore. Yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week, where I'm going to do something a little bit different, but it's not Homestuck. We are going to talk about the comic. I promise we will talk about the comic, and discuss sort of like the process and mentality behind it, and that will be next Saturday at 12 o'clock noon EST. If you would like to subscribe for more and keep up with the comic process, and if I decide to add in any new characters, and also Homestuck. This channel is Homestuck garbage in between the webtoon stuff and other stupid ideas I come up with. Yeah. Oh, there will be a link in the description for the for Redbubble, where you can buy Alice as a sticker and also as a pin for your bag, and various apparel that you might like to represent her on. And also, coffee is a thing I'm doing now. If you would like to support the great Zazzil, there's a link in the description for coffee too. And you don't have to feel obligated, but it's there if you just want to, do the thing. I'm gonna leave now. Thanks for watching. Bye.